Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 21 of Sonic Boom TV. Today's episode is I got a crooked camera, sorry. Today's episode is going to be about a couple new pickups and the new Pearl Jam Rearviewmirror vinyl. So, long ago, I don't know when, the 2004, Pearl Jam put out a greatest hits album called Rearview Mirror, greatest hits 1991 to 2003. It consisted of songs from their first, I believe, 6 albums, 10 Versus, Vitalogy, No Code, Yield, Riot Act, and it had also included some songs that were from soundtracks and some songs that were on singles. It was a really good collection at the time. There was a few songs that they didn't add that they probably should have, but didn't have the room for, because this thing has 33 songs, and so I had bought the original CD when it came out. And what they did with the other songs that were not available on this ended up being on their Lost Dogs album, which also, I believe, is 2 CDs. Yes, 2 CDs, and it had probably 30 songs. So I think a couple of the songs that are on this actually made it onto this, but others that were not, like some of the other songs from singles, or stuff that were popular concert songs or whatever, that they just never released, ended up on Lost Dogs. So anyway, last night, sorry, I got a cold again. I had a very bad week, and last night I went to Walmart just to see what they had. I was going to buy something just because, like I said, I had a bad week and I just needed to do something with money I didn't have. And so I went to Walmart and I started looking through their records, and I was not coming across anything I really wanted. And there was 2 things that I saw that I was going to get them because the prices, I think, were $21, which is kind of rare these days. And it was a Goo Goo Dolls Greatest Hits Volume 1 and Pat Benatar's Icon Greatest Hits thing, which I think only has 10 songs on it. And I had those in my hand, and I was like, I don't have a great need for these, but I'm probably going to get them because, like I said, I just needed to get something. So I walk away from the records, and I kind of walk around the corner, and there's like an end cap where they sometimes have records, and it's usually new released things, and it's always got Adele, that new album, whatever it is, 30 or whatever. It's always got a stack of Adele records that nobody's buying, and some other stuff. But on the bottom shelf, I came across Pearl Jam Rearview Mirror, and I was like, I had heard that was coming out on vinyl, but I didn't know when. And then next to it, I see this one. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's 2 different covers? And I remember this is the original cover. I didn't realize that this was the inside artwork on the CD. And so I'm looking at it, and I was like, are they different? And I look at the backs, and of course the backs are different with different songs. And it's Volume 1 and Volume 2. So I was like, oh man, now I gotta buy 2, and I look at the prices, and the prices are way more than those other 2 records. They were actually $34.97 a piece. They're double LPs, but that was way too much for me to be spending, but I did it anyway. The credit card people will be wanting their money next month, and I'll get it to them, I guess. But anyway, I haven't opened these yet. But these are Walmart exclusive vinyl. I don't know if these came out in the record stores or not, but Volume 1 has black and white vinyl, which makes sense because it's a black and white thing, theme to it. And then this one has a black and gray vinyl, which I thought was probably the wrong way to do that. They should have made one red and one gray, maybe, to really capture the whole color scheme of everything. But on the spines, they do not say Volume 1 and Volume 2. If you can maybe... Oops, sorry guys. If you can read that or not. My glare system here is not good. But they both just say Pearl Jam, Rearview Mirror, Greatest Hits, 1991 to 2003. There's no Volume 1 or Volume 2 on there, so I think that's going to be confusing to people if they're not paying attention. Because it almost got me as why, it would be two different things. Because the original didn't come as two different things. And, it's a lot of songs to fit on 2 LPs, but I don't know. So, besides that, I mean, the outside looks good. I'm going to have to take this cover off in a second here. And then the stickers are not going to be any more use to me on the front. Though I'll keep them, and I'll show you guys how I do this. When I do a single LP, if there's if it's in a shrink, I'll just cut along the side, and then I'll keep that on there with the stickers and everything. But for doubles, I end up just kind of going across the top there, carefully. Try not to cut anything. And then I'll go down the side. I'll try to go down the side. I usually don't use a knife either. I have a credit card that was broken half, and it's real sharp on one end, and it works perfectly. Otherwise, I use a guitar pick most of the time, because that works as well too. But for this purposes, we're just gonna do it like this. And then what I'll do is just slide that off, and I'll fold it up and put it on the inside of the thing. So we got Volume 1. Got a nice gatefold interior. Let's see what we got. We've got 2 records. So we've got printed sleeves on the records. Some nice black and white photos of the band. They're blurry photos. I don't know when they were. I guess they were taken back in 2004. And then, of course, you got the black vinyl with a white label and a red label on that one, side A and B. I'll go over the track listing as well on these. And then side C and D, more photos. This is a pretty nice set, I guess. I wish it would have been a little bit cheaper. Then we've got a red label for side D, actually, with a white vinyl, and side C is back to another white one with a white label. So let's go over the tracks on this one. On side A, we've got Once, the 2004 mix, Alive 2004 mix, Even Flow, Jeremy, State of Love and Trust, which was a one from the single soundtrack, Animal, Go, Dissident, and that's LP1. Side C, Rearview Mirror, Spin the Black Circle, Corduroy, Not For You, I Got Id, I think that's from a movie soundtrack as well, Hail Hail, Do the Evolution, and Save You. And it's got some notes here. It's got the track listing again here. I'm not sure why, but that's about it for any details on that one. Put it back in the... So I'm going to listen to this right after I finish this video, by the way. Then we've got Volume 2, which I lost my knife here. We'll do the same thing. Put Do it a little faster on this one. Uh, Speaking of Walmart, I went there again today because I had to go buy some medicine for my illnesses I've got going on in my nose again. And I went and looked at the records, and they have a lot of records in there, but really nothing that I'm interested in. I mean, it's a lot of modern pop and like country, and I don't know. It's a weird section, and they'll have like one or two things in there. They had a one thing I almost got yesterday was they had a Pantera. It was like a greatest hits type thing, but it's not like official greatest hits. I don't know what it was, but it only had 3 sides worth of songs, which I think totaled 14 or 15 songs. And I had got that hostile or hostility, whatever one that they had there, that only has 9 songs on it, and I was not paying for 4 or 5 more songs for something that was basically the same thing, as far as I could tell. So anyway, back to this. We've got photos of the band again. More photos. Probably should have held that up a little longer for you guys. The corner here is kind of bent up. That's disappointing, but, you know, I don't care. And then we've got... Oh, let's go back. This is volume 2. So side A, black vinyl, black label, black vinyl, black label. Only difference is the red arrow, which I guess goes that way, up and down. And then somebody's gonna say, "Oh, why are you touching those records?" Well, they're brand new. I haven't cleaned them yet, so it doesn't matter. Then we've got final LP, gray record, and it is gray. I mean, it's gray. Side C, side D, or D, I should say. And the track listing for this one is Black, the 2004 mix, Breathe, Daughter, elderly woman behind the counter in a small town, Immortality, Better Man, Nothing Man, and Who You Are. So side A and B. Side C, Off He Goes, Given to Fly, Wish List, Last Kiss, Nothing as It Seems. Side D, Light Years, I Am Mine, Man of the Hour, and finally Yellow Ledbetter, which is a song everybody knows, that one. That wasn't available on anything except a couple singles, I believe. I have those singles that it was on, but I don't think it was available anywhere else. And when this came out, that was like the thing to get, because it had that song, you know. And again, they have the track listing here again, and other musicians and stuff. Haven't read all that yet, but you know. So that's that for those. This is for me. These are the albums that I really like by Pearl Jam. I felt like they kind of settled into being kind of old guys after a while. So the first 6 albums or so were kind of my era of Pearl Jam, and I have a lot of stuff by them. I have a lot of singles. I have all the albums. I think I have all their albums except the Gigaton album, to be honest with you. I may be missing one other one, but I think I have them all. So anyway, these are really nice sets, as far as I'm concerned. It maybe for the price, maybe they could have included the lyric sheets or something, or even a download. But it's 2 LP sets. Don't be confused if you go out to buy them and you grab one and you get volume 2 or whatever, because like I said, there's nothing that says volume 2 on these, or volume 1, except for that little sticker. And if that sticker's not on there or something, then you're out of luck. So that's the Pearl Jam stuff. So, if you had been watching my videos, which most people are not watching my videos at this point, you saw in one of my previous episodes that I had talked about this Fastway cassette that has been sitting around my apartment for 15 years, I guess. Fastway waiting for the roar. And it didn't have the cassette in it. It was just blank. I had no idea where the cassette was. Well, last week, I wasn't looking for it, to be honest with you. But my dog, who is right here, which we... Let's introduce my dog. This is Gretchen. She has to have surgery on her ear in 2 weeks. And so, my dog, Gretchen, was under the bed digging and tearing up the carpet and whatever. And so, I, tried to get her out, and I wanted to see, like, how bad the carpet looked under there. And when I lifted this bed up, Fastway, Waiting for the Roar cassette. How it got under that bed, I don't know, because the bed has not been in where it is now for the entire time this has been missing the cassette. So this was in something, and somehow fell over or whatever, and it ended up under the bed. So they go back together now, and I'll have to listen to that fairly soon. I do have a cassette player, but I don't use it because I don't have anywhere to put my cassettes right now. So, and I have a lot of them from back in the day, and I have a lot of like homemade cassettes. I have homemade cassettes from other people, like my boss, when he gave me this cassette player I have. It's supposed to be where you can record digitally to make MP3s. I lost the software that went with it, and I don't know if I have the cable either, but it's probably just a USB. And anyway, but when he gave it to me, he said, "Hey, do you want some cassettes?" They were my daughter's from, the 80s and 90s, I guess. I said, "Sure, I'll take them." So he comes back the next day, and he's got this big box. Must have 200, 300 cassettes in it. And almost every one of them is either stuff she recorded her off the radio or stuff she had copied from who knows, but it was real albums, and so that stuff has just been sitting there. I've never listened to any of it, but it's been sitting in a box for 10 years probably. So anyway, a couple more things that I picked up yesterday. No, today. I went to the Goodwill, and I came across another Squirrel Nut Zippers album, and as you can see, it's got a lenticular cover, and it looks like it's working on the screen there. That's awesome. And it's Bedlam Ballroom tonight. Squirrel Nut Zippers. I don't know any songs on this one. I still haven't listened to the other one that I got. I started listening to a lot of the stuff I got in the last video, but I haven't got to the Squirrel Nut Zippers yet. So now I got to listen to 2 Squirrel Nut Zippers albums. It's a triple gatefold kind of thing going on there. Pretty cool. I mean, it's in a really excellent condition for, finding it at Goodwill, because usually their CDs are not in the best condition. And then I came across this, and I don't really love this band, Velvet Revolver. This is their Contraband album. If you can see that sticker right here, basically that says it's got anti-piracy. This CD is protected against unauthorized duplication. It is designed to play on standard playback devices and appropriately configured computer. See system requirements on back. If you have questions, concerns, visit www.suncom blah 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 whatever. I looked that up, and basically if you put this CD in your computer and you load that software, it's supposed to prevent you from copying any CD, not just this one. From what I read. Now there are ways around it, like someone said, oh, you just press the space bar when you put the thing in there and it doesn't open or whatever, I don't know, and then you can burn it, whatever way. But so I didn't realize what that sticker was when I bought it, and I was eating lunch and I pulled it out and I was like, oh man, I'm looking on my phone, and never think about, do I already own this? And I get home and I check, and I already have MP3s of this one and their second album. Don't know where I got them. I think they might have been from the library. Library lets you download songs legally, and so I'll go through phases of bands because I can get like 10 songs a week. And so if sometimes they'll have a lot of CDs by one band, sometimes they'll just have one or two, and so I'll go through phases. I'll say, oh, let me see what that band is, and it might take me 2 or 3 weeks to get their albums or whatever, and then I'll have them on MP3s. And a lot of times after I do that, I'll go and find them at Goodwill or whatever, and then I'll have a physical copy. Well, that must be what happened with this, because but I don't know if I've ever listened to it because I have no memory of it at all, except for like what was on the radio. But I got it. So then today, again at Goodwill, I've always been looking for this for a long time, because I had this Alanis Morissette album. What's it called? Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie. I bought this used years ago, and it doesn't have the CD. I know it had the CD when I bought it, but where the CD is, no idea. It's probably in another case somehow. Now, I don't think I've ever listened to it as far as that. It may be in a broken CD player somewhere. I don't know. But I've been looking for this in my apartment forever. It's just like the Fastway thing. I still haven't found it, but today I did find another copy of it for $1.99. And so this one was not at Goodwill. This one was at Red, White, and Blue, and that has the CD. So there you go. This was $1.99. The Velvet Revolver and the Squirrel Nut Zippers were both 99 cents. And those are both at Goodwill. And then the last thing I got, which I only know maybe 1 or 2 songs by this band, but I see the vinyl of this every time I go to Walmart, and I think even Target has it. It's Imagine Dragons, Mercury Act 1. I don't recognize any of the song names on the back, but I saw it. It's brand new. The CD is in perfect condition. And I was like, you know what? I'll buy that for $1.99. I would never pay full price for it. And I'll never probably buy the LP unless it's amazing, and I don't think it is, because I've heard a couple of their hits, whatever they were, and they were okay, but not enough to say, oh, I need to have that in my collection. But now that I've got one, if I see more used ones, I'll probably pick them up. So anyway, that being said, we've got more stuff in the collection. I still haven't got this project done where I need to move this stuff. This table below this is just full of CDs. Once I get all that put on there, I'm gonna change the way this looks. Whereas I'm gonna put the camera over there, and film that way. So this will be the backdrop of it'll be a little better, and maybe I'll pop out some CDs or whatever, just to show you guys stuff, in the background, just to make it a little more interesting. That's weird. That shelf doesn't have a little lip, but this one does. So we'll just see, because Marilyn Manson does not want to stay, but Misery Loves Company does. So we'll figure out something. And then I'm gonna start the themed videos as soon as I can about like I said in one of my previous, maybe 2, like making the collection stuff. Like I said, I had a bad week. I got sick this weekend, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I really need to finish fixing all this and getting these CDs off the table. And that's it for this episode. It's been 25 minutes or so. That's more than anybody wants to watch. Go to Walmart and check out your Pearl Jam if you're into Pearl Jam. 2 LPs, gonna cost you $34, $35 each. So I would think that they're gonna be available readily for a while. The way stuff goes at Walmart when they have exclusive stuff, it kind of disappears, but then it comes back. Like those Beatles White Album box sets, they disappeared for a long time. People were selling them for ridiculous amounts of money, and now every time I go to Walmart, there's 4 or 5 copies at every Walmart I go to. So just keep an eye out, and especially since there's 2 volumes, you might be able to only get one at a time, which is what I should have done. But get out there and get it. I'm hoping they sound great. And that's it for this episode. See you guys later.